All right. The word deconstruction for sure has a ton of connotations. And I think for many Christians, it's quite threatening. We've seen bad deconstruction that leads to oblivion, but good deconstruction that leads to good growth really starts with healthy motivation. Bad deconstruction is really the result of unresolved past hurts playing itself out into a philosophy for living their life. So maybe you've got someone with some really painful church hurt, and they've decided not only the church is broken, but following God is a bad idea, because his ideas must be the cause of what may be very legitimate pain. Or someone's experience bound fundamentalism with genuine faith, so that when they rejected fundamentalism, they threw out the possibility of any other kind of faith. Negative experiences can often drive our energy to criticize and question everything, just because it's been tradition or has come from powerful institutions that may have been the cause of our pain. When deconstruction commingles with unresolved pain, it can be a dangerous recipe that leads to embracing bad ideas that trick us that our pain feels resolved. Good deconstruction really starts with embracing healthy doubt. Let me say that again. We need to embrace healthy doubt. Tim Keller writes, "A faith without some doubt is like a human body without any antibodies in it." We need to ask hard questions rather than embrace blindness in our faith. Doubt is not something I was taught how to deal with very well. I was taught to respect doctrinal truth, absolutely, and it was the cornerstone, the foundation of my faith. I read systematic theology to form a framework of biblical truth that felt unshakable. All of that is still true, but there have been countless times of needing to wrestle with challenges to my faith. I came to see how limited I was in my study. I grew in greater understanding of the role that my emotions, history, context, culture, and most importantly, my own lenses by which I translated the world colored how I read the Bible and lived out my faith. I discovered that some, not all, of those unshakable truths were actually on shaky footing, informed by my culture, but I automatically called them biblical. And they'd been used to suppress doubt, not embrace it. A large undervalued part of Christian maturity is identifying how our own lenses affect everything we read and experience and communicate. And our pain, too, can be part of what we think is biblical. Much of our current generation is finding huge gaps in how our lived Christianity doesn't always address the world's brokenness. In fact, in several circumstances, they see Christians as the primary contributors. And sometimes they're right. Good deconstruction allows ourselves to embrace that God's truth from the Bible is always mysterious and unchanged by our lenses and worldview. So it's a call to always be learning, to have a healthy suspicion over our own selves. Jeremiah 17:9 reminds us that the heart is deceitful above all things, and yet the previous verses remind us, "Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought, and never fails to bear fruit." Paul, too, says his conscience is clear, but that doesn't make him innocent. We shouldn't fear when doubt or challenges come to our faith, but we can know God's truth is bigger than our doubt, and we have the permission to doubt and pick out the bad from the good in our faith. Simply stated, good deconstruction is taking a good hard look at our faith and wondering, how can we make it more aligned with God's original intent? It's the desire to be more biblically accurate because it includes doing the hard work of seeking healing from our past wounds, reconciling them to the new reality that Jesus is the answer, even when we receive some other bad answers. It's constantly rediscovering the depths of the goodness of God. That feels like lifelong growth to me.